First, we go to the Hamilton County Common Pleas Court in Cincinnati, Ohio. Standing.
Hello, this is my reaction to judges behaving badly. It looks fascinating. All right, so let's check it out and react to this. And yeah, it should be fun. That how dare he put his hand on the lady like that? Yeah, good for him. Thank God that happened. That was ridiculous.
We're in Greenup, Kentucky, where court is back in session
Here we
after
go. Here we
ringing
go.
in a new year.
Happy New Year to everybody.
Well, same to you.
That's Judge Robert Conley. He's been on the bench for more than 20 years and appears to be happy to be starting another. First up, a probation revocation hearing.
Michael Ferner.
The defendant, Michael Ferner, owes more than $9,000 in overdue child support to his ex-wife. And according to his ex-wife's lawyer, he's failed to follow his court-ordered payment program.
So he's not made any payment in 2019. It just doesn't make any difference.
Didn't pay anything in the whole year?
Nothing in 2019.
It has been a rough year. I mean, I had 3 boys at home. My wife works full-time. We didn't have a babysitter.
After hearing the defendant's explanation, it's possible Judge Conley could give him a break to start the new year.
Can I ask you a question? What kind of person has 3 kids when you can't even take care of one?
My kids are grown. They're 21 and 19.
But they're living at home.
No, they
I don't
don't live with
understand.
their
You just said
mom or
you had
anything.
3 kids.
I think
Yeah, I got 3 little ones.
There's
with
5
my
kids,
wife.
Judge. 5 kids. It's over to the client. Judge, your order was $238 a month plus $50 toward marriages.
Well, it changed next time I come to court.
You know what? You just need to shut up. The more you talk, the more ridiculous you sound.
And just like that, the judge's New Year's cheer is out the window.
Send him to jail. Send him to jail.
Whoa.
Don't talk all you want over there. Okay? Talk all you want over there.
This judge has got power, you know. Don't get it
As
twisted.
Michael Kerner's taken into custody, Judge Conley issues a stern directive to everyone in the courtroom.
When I'm talking, you better be listening. I only talk if I'm wanting you to know something. Don't try to talk over me. It's the most ridiculous thing in the world. If I'm saying anything, you better be damn listening.
20 minutes later, he calls defendant Gary Willis forward.
He's already riled up.
Unfortunately for Willis,
So,
he's
see what
also here today for failing to pay child support.
Woo, you're in trouble, player.
How come you aren't paying what you're supposed to pay?
I thought that I was paying it. I just missed a court date. I got caught up Thanksgiving and absolutely forgot.
What am I supposed to do? What does the victim of your case, the ones for money? I have to answer to them. They say, Judge, he doesn't pay. What are you doing about it, Judge? What are you doing? So do us both a favor and do what you're supposed to do.
That may be good advice, but it turns out Judge Conley's delivery of the message left something to be desired for the Kentucky Judicial Conduct Commission. Following the 2 cases, Conley received a public reprimand after an investigation into his, quote, intemperate conduct.
Yeah.
Judge Robert Conley ultimately accepted the public reprimand, admitted his behavior was inappropriate, and issued a public apology.
He didn't resign, but you know, he apologized. Good.
Next, we're in the 31st District Court in Hamtramck, Michigan, for a virtual hearing on a civil infraction. 5 months earlier, 72-year-old Burhan Chowdhury allowed the grass and weeds on his property to grow out of control,
Yeah,
violating
crazy.
a local law against noxious weeds and vegetation. Chowdhury was undergoing treatment for lymph node cancer that left him too weak for yard work. His son, Shabir, who usually maintained the property for him, was out of the country when police issued the ticket. Shabir cleared the overgrowth when he returned to the U.S. Father and son are hoping for leniency today from Judge Alexis Crott, considering Chowdhury's medical condition and that it's his first offense.
Come on.
All right. You have a ticket for failing to keep the fence, walkway, sidewalk, or alley free of weeds, trees, or other nuisance explanation. The first offense civil infraction, you can plead responsible with an explanation, or not responsible.
I am a cancer patient, very old man, and I am a cancer patient. I was then very weak, and very weak, and this time of rainy season, I cannot look after this thing.
Chowdhury's labored breathing is apparent as he explains how his illness and the rainy weather affected his landscaping.
It's
But the
understandable
judge
now.
refuses to cut him any slack.
You should be ashamed of yourself. If I could give you jail time on this, I would.
The judge is not feeling forgiving. Quite the opposite. She's talking about jail time for an elderly cancer patient for a minor civil infraction.
If I could give you jail time on this, I would. The fine is $100, pay it by February 1st. You've got to get that cleaned up. That is totally inappropriate.
Oh my God.
Chowdhury is stunned at the judge's outrage. So son Shabir steps in to reiterate his father's situation and to tell the judge that the weeds are already cleared.
Oh, okay. Like, is it, ma'am, forgivable because my father is currently sick and we cleaned that
You
after?
see that photo?
Yes.
I am very sick, man.
That is shameful. Shameful.
I don't think
The
he gets
neighbor
it.
should not have to look at that.
It's crazy.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Yes, I am sorry.
You're going to jail.
Judge Crott closes the hearing with a threat to send Chowdhury to jail if he returns to her courtroom. The rant went viral within a week, with many reacting to Judge Crott's treatment of Chowdhury with disgust. An online petition calling for her removal from the bench has over 250,000 signatures. The judge released a statement apologizing for her behavior towards Chowdhury and reported herself to the Judicial Tenure Commission. The Hamtramck City Council later voted to censure Judge Crott. Chowdhury's $100 fine was paid 2 days after the hearing.
You know what? I understand. Both are parents. Okay, so you shouldn't be denying the dad the right to see his daughter. But what that judge did there, and the tears from that little girl, was heartbreaking. Judges are human beings too. They have anger issues. They have prejudices against people. So bear that in mind, man. But the power that these judges have is always good to know. There's always someone higher up than these judges. So they could do all their foolishness, but best be sure, there's someone higher up that can go against their foolish decisions as well. They are human beings. That was heartbreaking, man. But yeah, I guess it ended well.
304-001, State of Arizona versus Christopher Robert Lesniak.
We're in Maricopa County, Arizona, in the courtroom of Superior Court Commissioner Julie Newell. She's overseeing the arraignment of 50-year-old Christopher Lesniak, charged with aggravated assault. The victim, a man, isn't identified for privacy reasons and not present in court.
All right, does the state want to make a record?
No, Your Honor, no offer has officially been made yet.
As Commissioner Newell proceeds with the hearing, a woman from the gallery stands up, preparing to address the court.
Ma'am, please be seated. Please be seated.
I was going to make an announcement.
Please be seated. And you'll make an announcement only when the court allows you to do that. Thank you.
The woman the commissioner is yelling at is Sheila Madden, a lawyer for the victim. Madden, a former commissioner herself, previously worked with Newell, but Newell would later claim she didn't recognize her.
You'll make an announcement only when the court allows you to do that.
Despite her former colleague's terse statement, Madden has the right to be heard at court proceedings involving her client.
Sir, if you bond out and fail to appear for your next court date, which is August 31st, a warrant could issue for your arrest and your trial could proceed in your absence. Understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
The rest of the hearing continues without interruption.
All right, good luck, sir.
But when it ends and Madden isn't called on, she again tries to address Commissioner Newell.
Judge, I wish to be heard.
Sir, ma'am, sit down, please.
I wish.
Ma'am, sit down. That's the last warning, otherwise get out of the courtroom.
I
Leave the courtroom, or I will have you removed from the courtroom. I will have you removed. I will have you removed. Get out of the courtroom right now. Out of the courtroom right now. Get a deputy in here right now, please.
Despite the call for a deputy and the tongue lashing from Newell, Madden refuses to leave. And with the tension in the courtroom at its peak,
Judge, can I make a record?
the defense attorney steps in to try to simmer things down between the two former co-workers.
I'm sorry, but I've spoken with Sheila Madden. She represents the victim in connection with this case. I've worked with her, so she represents the victim. She was very professional in contacting me. She's a former judge. I hold her in high esteem just as I do you. So I don't want to be cut in the middle here, but
I'm not taking any comments with regards to the victim in this case. That is for a later hearing.
Perhaps sensing it was a no-win situation, or knowing a deputy is moments away from removing her, Madden makes a move for the exit. As for Commissioner Newell, she would never hear any comments in regard to the victim in the case, or any other. The following day, she resigned from her position and later received a public reprimand for her harsh and inappropriate courtroom demeanor.
I will have you removed from the courtroom.
She resigned. I mean, it's a good thing she knew to resign. But why act like that in the first place? Can't you just control yourself? Like I said, judges are human beings too, okay? Just calm down, these people, man. So aggressive, so angry.
Next, we head to Cleveland's Municipal Court, where Judge Pinky Carr is presiding. It's March 17, 2020. The country's in the early stages of the COVID-19 pandemic.
The person is not here, as I've noted all week. Corona, day 3.
Because of health risks, Cleveland's administrative court has issued an order that all hearings for defendants who are not in jail have been postponed. So why is Judge Carr's courtroom still open for all business?
Docket number 31, bond is set at $2,500.
It's a question on the mind of Assistant Public Defender Mark Jablonski.
Is the court having a docket tomorrow?
Oh yeah, nothing stopped for me. My cases go on.
Does that apply to jails only?
No, anyone that shows up. Not everybody watches the news. I actually had people yesterday. I had people today. Yeah, I'm not going to do that to people.
The judge's statement contradicts the administrative order regarding COVID-19, and Jablonski wants an explanation.
If we are able to get a hold of any of our clients who are scheduled for tomorrow who are not in jail, can we tell them to communicate?
No. Mm-mm.
So the court's administrative order regarding continues?
I'm here. If people show up, I'm here. So no, don't call people and tell them not to show up. If they show up, I'm here.
But this judge isn't just allowing people to show up. She's punishing those who don't. In the preceding days, she'd issued several arrest warrants, which in court terminology is known as a capias.
Capias, bond is set at $5,000. If officer present, no defendant, capias will be issued.
Continuing his exchange regarding the order, Jablonski asked the judge about her position one last time.
Yeah, don't do that.
No concern.
Hi, for the third time, I will be here. If people show up, I am here. Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay.
Oh no, she's doing the wonderful.
Okay.
Condescending is the word.
Minutes later, after 7 okays, Jablonski exits the courtroom. But Judge Carr, still apparently baffled by the attorney's question about postponing his client's hearings, discusses it with her staff.
I'm like, stop it. Not everybody watch the news. Wait, I'm going to call him and tell him don't come. I'm sure he is. Look, idiot.
Whoa.
But soon after, when the local media hears about the arrest warrants, the judge denies it.
If people came to court and they were willing to risk their health, I figured I would return the favor. As far as issuing warrants for their arrest, absolutely untrue.
But when the video showing the opposite becomes public,
Capias. Bond is set at 10,000. Capias. Bond is set at 5,000. You know what? I'll just put a straight Capias on it.
the Ohio Supreme Court orders Judge Carr to temporarily stop presiding on all criminal or traffic cases. And an investigation by the Ohio Board of Professional Conduct is launched. Carr faces sanctions which could range from a warning to full disbarment.
Wow. You know, I know people who need the inhaler, okay? She was clearly struggling. Actually, in the beginning, she requested for one, and this is how the judge treated her, and now she's retired. There's no need for this nonsense, you know. And it's the judges. It's crazy because sometimes you hold the judges in high esteem, but as you can see clearly, judges who are human beings too make mistakes, get angry, frustrated, and this is how they treat people. You know, they have a prejudged prejudice against the people that come in front of them. So this is how they're gonna react. It's crazy, man. So anyway, I'm gonna bring part 2. So we're gonna follow on from this one and go to the next one in the next segment in the next video. I do hope you enjoyed that reaction. This judge is a crazy man, but shout out to the A&E channel as well for this content. It's fantastic. It's just interesting to see what goes on in the courtroom. So I'm really happy at least some of it are televised. Okay, please like, share, and subscribe if this is your first time watching my content. Thank you, and please hit the like button and subscribe. I'll be bringing you more content, all right? Because this is our thing. This is what we need to see, all right? So yeah, thanks for your support, everyone who has been with me since day one, and we'll see you on the next one. So keep it real, be safe, God bless, and I'll speak to you soon on the next one. One love.